Okay, testing audio, guys. I know that this was not a scheduled live stream. It's just, all right, testing audio. One, two, three. All right, looks good. Sounds good. All right, guys. So I know this was not a scheduled live stream. I do apologize. I was trying to do everything on Friday. As you know, there's some things going on. So, gotta make do. All right, who we got here? Myra, hey, Vlad, good to see you. Um, so, just to keep you informed, there is a new projection. This was at 11 o'clock today, and I already know it's 1 o'clock here. Looks like Hurricane Dorian is projected to reach a Category 4 as it hits Florida, and it's going to be sometime Monday, is what they're projecting. Sustained winds at 130, possible 156 miles an hour. Carolyn, hey, how's it going? Swiss Army Josh, what's going on, buddy? How's Oregon, bud? Now, with this storm, usually living here in Florida, from dealing with the locals, I was originally born here in Florida, but I was raised in North Carolina, and I've traveled all over the country as a welder. But so I can't really say I am Floridian, even though I've been living here since 2000 and late 2016. But everybody I talk to here, as long as it's a Category 3, they never really worry too much about it. Yeah, power would go out, of course. It always does. Kay in Florida. I'm on the West Coast, so hopefully all will be okay here. And this is something I want to talk about too, Kay in Florida. I'm going to bring that topic up. Pretty in Camo. Hey, how's it going? They say this is the first storm to hit Central Florida in the last 3 decades. To hit Central Florida. All right, now when these storms come in from the ocean and cut across, the big problem is that these storms are massive and they go all the way across Florida, and then they sit up in the Gulf and either build up strength again and get blown into the Panhandle or Louisiana. So we're probably going to be looking at a double hit on the continental states. So something to think about, guys. We're still several days out. The newest projection looks like Monday is when it's going to come in. Also, talking about power, when Irma came through, I was in Orlando. I wasn't in Apopka. All right. I was in Orlando, and I had just moved out from Daytona Beach, and my job was here in Orlando. So we moved here, and when I was dealing with trying to find a place to rent and stuff, and prices are outrageous here in Florida, by the way, especially around here. We went ahead and we were renting a motel room by the week. It's the Catarina off of Lee Road is where we're staying. And actually, real nice people that own the place. I have no complaints about them at all. The rates were decent for what was provided. But anyway, when Irma came through, it didn't do a direct hit on Orlando. We lost power for 10 days. Now, I did a small video of Irma when we were at the motel. It's before I started doing YouTube. I was actually just doing the video just to send to my family, hey, I'm alive. Or if you find this video, please mail to such and such. But we lost power for 10 days. Now, we live in Apopka now, and my coworker is actually the guy I rent this property from. Real good friend of mine. Now, he was telling me that when Irma came through, they lost power and water for 2 weeks here in Apopka. And that wasn't even a direct hit. I mean, that swung low and then come up the Gulf, and it put that much of a beating on this area. Silver Bucket, our local news, is saying it will probably head up the coast. Pretty in pink, pretty in camo, pretty in pink, pretty in camo. I'm in Nova Scotia, Canada. We're getting ready for a tropical storm later today. Anthony Electric, hey buddy, and congratulations to Anthony Electric. I do appreciate you stopping in, my friend. I am so glad the Fugel family came in and supported you, and you have a lot of support here on my channel too. We really admire your work. I've got a lot of respect for you, man, and you're a smart little dude, I'll tell you. And anyway, I just want to say thanks, man, and just keep doing what you're doing. Rapidtronics, hey buddy, how's it going, man? I'm really glad you stopped in. Rapidtronics, I hope the shoulder surgery that you're facing is going to be good. I hope your recovery time's really well. My recovery time was really bad because of I had bad therapy, and then I had to get a lawyer involved, and actually they got me to the correct therapy. So I hope that your shoulder surgery and therapy goes a lot smoother than mine did, bud. Midwest Prepper, you coming up here to Ohio? Got a room. Midwest, I do appreciate that, bud. I don't want to jump. Let's see here. I got a message here that's on hold for some reason. All right. I don't have any mods in here yet, guys. So the chat box is locking in some of y'all's comments. So I'm having to manually make sure that I can get y'all through. Hopefully I don't mispronounce your name. I think it's Jose Santiago. I wanted to say it's Josie, but I'm pretty sure that's Jose. Yeah, that's the reports I'm getting. I did read that someone said their local report said it's going to run up the coast. As of 11 o'clock today, it is still showing that it's targeting Central Florida, and that ain't good. Food or gas runs out there yet? Vlad, we really don't have to go to the store. We have everything we need. But I asked the wife to brave the traffic because right now I'm not allowed to drive with my shoulder and my knee. Oh well, it kind of sucks not being able to drive. But she agreed to brave the traffic with me. We are going to do a drive-through with some of the stores and like the propane facilities, things like that, and get some footage on that for you guys so y'all can see what's going on. Our local news last night was showing bare shelves in different stores, and they were showing that there was limited water purchase. Some stores, I think Publix was only allowed 1 case per customer, while Walmart was allowing 2 cases per customer. But they already started putting limits yesterday on purchasing water. Midwest, back to your thing there. I do appreciate the offer, bud. Yeah, it's just too far for us to drive, man. Rapidtronics, thank you. See, we'll get back here. People says there's looting too. Carolyn, I have not heard of any looting as of yet. Now, when Irma came through, there was some small issues in Miami area. Luckily, the police department was prepared for that. So I'm hoping the same thing here. Like I said, our group here, none of them's leaving. They're all staying. So as far as security purposes go, we're good. As far as our preps and stuff, we're good. But now if something comes crashing down on our house, because we have a lot of trees out here, that's going to cause an issue. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. I see why it's catching that. Yeah, BOA's info. Hey, Central Prepper, we're in Southwest Florida. I am Orfigo Fam 2. We post on my channel about Dorian. Please see when you get time. Absolutely, and definitely will support you. That's probably why the chat's actually grabbing hold of it, because of mention of another channel. And to me, I have no problem with that. So yeah, I'm definitely getting you slid in here. Make sure it's getting approved. Hit the side. Got gas from a generator today. K in Florida. Okay. K, are you comfortable with telling us what town you're in Florida? If not, operations security, I understand you don't have to. Hopefully, you're not in the Tampa area or north of that, because it looks like, from what I'm seeing, it looks like it's just going to go straight across when it comes. So yeah, those areas will get hit hard, and that's landfall of the eye of the hurricane, guys. When they say Monday, we're going to be getting a pounding by Sunday. We'll be getting all the outer bands, everything else beforehand. So all that saturation in the ground from the rain and plus those winds before that eye actually lands, that's when all the destruction is already starting. And then when you catch that tail end of a hurricane too, it's a tornado. Hurricane tornado. For those that know me, y'all know I'm terrified of sharks. So every time the new Sharknado comes out, I watch it just to scare the crap out of me. I'm not scared of anything, but I'm scared of sharks and Sharknadoes. Okay, what else we got here, guys? Central Florida, making sure your drains are clean. Yeah, we actually had a crew of guys right now. We started earlier today. I'm here at the house. I'm talking about my prepping group right here at the house. We went ahead and hit all of our storm drains on our road, the big grates, and the roads below us. That way, because we do have a slope running through this area of property. So we went ahead and cleaned out those and made sure there's no build-up trash, things like that. Now, we took that upon ourselves. The land association place here that we're renting from, they don't do anything. So we took that on ourselves. They actually came out and asked why we're pulling the grate up. And we told them, hey, you got to clean this stuff out. Now, for people here in Central Florida, there are some locations that are giving away sandbags and providing sand. You fill it up your own bags. Looks like Apopka is actually even providing a shovel to fill up your bags. But the limit that I have seen has been 10 bags per person coming in, or 10 bags per resident, something like that, to help with flooding. Now, hey, at least they're trying. They're trying to help. 10 bags doesn't give you much. Hopefully, people that are preppers, you're already prepared for this type of stuff. But yeah, I've already seen complaints online and on the news where people's complaining, well, all we got was 10 bags. Well, you should have prepared. All right. I'm not trying to be a dick about things. It's just, come on, guys. Let's see here. Stores here in DeLand, Florida have pretty much bare since yesterday, except for dollar store price gouging. No looting or fights have been reported. That's pretty cool, Jose Santiago. My wife actually lived in DeLand for years. Sarasota, Tri-County area, okay. See what else we got in the chat here so I can answer those questions. Midwest Prepper, I will be grilling out Sunday and Monday. Light breeze and sun. Keep in mind. Hey, I will have my beer here, so I'll be all right. One of the things I will be discussing, guys, real quick before I forget. We scheduled Fridays for our live stream. We will not be having our live stream here on this channel. I am actually going to be stepping in on another live stream on Friday, 8 Central, over there at Will Patriot. He will be doing a live stream. I think that we're going to have Prescott Caliber Club out there, and Magic Prepper is also going to be there in the live stream, and they've asked me if I want to come over. So That's where our live stream is going to be over there this Friday, which is tomorrow. So yeah, definitely 8 o'clock Central. Go check out his channel because that's where we'll be doing the live stream. So we won't be doing it here. And I didn't want to forget that, guys. Amazing how, man, I just made my chat jump again, guys. I do apologize. Do spaghetti plots. Edie, there are new spaghetti plots that are showing. It may do like the one that went into the Gulf, circled back through Florida, and back up the coast. Yeah, I did see some of the other ones. I'd really try to stick with the Navy plot that they got. I've always just had more. What's the word I'm looking for? I believe that one better. I don't know. My mind doesn't always work the best all the time. Mayra, wow, on 10 bags. Yeah, they were only offering 10 bags. You know, it is something. I mean, bags are not cheap, guys. When I purchased our last 100, it was like almost $30. So yeah, I mean, if you're trying to provide all that stuff for a lot of people last minute, yeah, it gets expensive. JT just got back from the store. What a zoo the roads are. Yeah, and like I said, guys, we don't really actually have to go out and get anything. But I asked my wife if she'll take me out because, again, I can't drive right now with my shoulder and my knee. I mean, they were getting better, but I don't have much strength in my knee, so I drive with 2 feet. That's how I learned how to drive. I learned how to drive with a clutch at a very young age. So when I drive a vehicle that's just an automatic, I still drive with 2 feet. So it's just, you know what? I've got more control of a vehicle being able to do that. I will say that. So yeah, she's going to take me out and I'm going to get some footage for you guys. And when the storm comes, yeah, I'll be Lieutenant Dan on the mast, but I'll have my camera. No, I will be extremely careful. Most of these things I can film just stepping out the front of the door or through the windows. So here tomorrow, I've actually got a lot of help coming in. I got some guys here in my group. They're going to help me take my the solar panels I got on the roof right now. They're going to take those down for me because I don't want them to get damaged in the storm. But we do have solar for power and everything. We do have a generator. It is a cheap generator, but it does work. All right. I think I paid $105 for the Tailgater. What's the name of it? It does work. It was a Harbor Freight one. We got fuel. We got about 20 gallons made up for the generator because it takes the oil and everything else. And we've got 2 tanks for the car if we need it. You know, so that's our tank is a 13-gallon tank on our vehicle. So we gassed up yesterday. My wife's at work right now. We gassed up yesterday, and we keep fuel at the house to put in the car if we need to. If we got to go, we can go. I'll try to get back to the chat here, guys. No new batteries anywhere. Found some in the prep room. Sort of out of date, but they work. Will Patriot, hey bud, I was just telling everybody about the scheduled live stream for tomorrow night. You did say 8 Central, correct? So I was telling everybody to make sure they go over there to catch our live stream. Yeah, so back to flashlights, batteries, things like that, guys. Now like I said, we do have our solar here, so we do have LED lighting that I can turn on. And also, I just got I'm supposed to be doing a review on this thing here soon. I just got it in. I was talking about this thing before. It's the those lights that they wanted me to review, the Z-Moons. They're actually for a Jeep, but they're 12 volts. So I've actually spent most of the morning wiring in everything I need to do, well, for one, my review. But since it's freaking hurricane season right now, and we got hurricanes. These things are freaking bright. All right, they don't hardly use any voltage on my battery banks for my solar. Now I was going to do a review later on these. It's going to be for that particular company that asked me if I wanted to do a review. You know, they didn't pay me, but they gave me them for free. And you know what? I like free stuff. But I told them I was going to check it out. And of course, I wasn't going to be putting on the car. My mind was thinking, okay, you got a 12-volt system for your solar. You need more lighting. And it was originally going to be designed, I was going to be using it for floodlights, for shit hits the fan if I needed to light up the yard in case something was coming on my house. But yeah, those things are going to come in handy for this storm too, because I can actually run them on the inside. And those things are bright, man. Also, we do have, I already showed a review on that. We do have our solar lanterns. They take batteries, but they also can be hand cranked, and they can be charged with the solar panel, and they can also be charged with 12 volts. So we've got plenty of extra lighting. One of the things I want to discuss with people here in Central Florida, if you're having a hard time trying to purchase water because of the limitations that they have done, the purchasing of water, you need to start collecting your tap water now. All right, before this storm comes rolling in. Okay, so if you don't have containers, you can go to the store and still buy a container, or you can go to the dollar store and buy those 3-liter sodas that they have. You know, they're freaking huge. And if you don't like the soda, it's a buck. Pour out the soda, wash it out, fill up with tap water. You got 3 liters of water right there. The reason I don't say, oh, you know what, why don't you just buy soda and you'll be fine just drinking that? You've got to be able to flush your toilets. You've got to be able to drink water. Now, I know water is in soda. You've got to be able to wash dishes. And if for a long period of time without power of water, you need to wash your nasty arse, all right? It's just the way it is. So start collecting water now. Also, my recommendation, go to Walmart, buy you a Sawyer mini water filter. It's $20, guys. You will have the ability to filter out your water. All right. Main thing to do though, when you're drinking water from storms, boil it. That's what you really need to do, is boil your water. We have gas here at the house. We don't run electric on our stove. We have gas on our stoves. We have camping fuel for it's propane for our stoves, for our camping stoves. We have barbecue charcoal for our grills. Think about these things. It's not just for cooking purposes. You need to boil your water. You're going to have water to survive anything. And for some reason I'm having a, are y'all having a bad lag, guys? I do apologize if there's lag and stuff. Try to pull it up here. It's okay here. All right, good deal, guys. For some reason, it was freezing on my screen for some reason. Why? So yeah, for everybody that's on the East Coast, especially for Central Florida, and you don't feel safe where you're at, especially with the storm coming in, you need to evacuate now. Before the traffic starts getting all bumper to bumper, you need to pull out. Yeah, I've got, for some reason, I've got good bars here. All right, everyone's saying no lag. It's just, for some reason it's on my end. So okay, we'll just keep on going then. Yeah, so if you're on the East Coast, get off the East Coast. Go on vacation, something. If this thing is going to be hitting like they're saying it is as a Category 4, All right, my family was in Panama City, Mexico Beach when Michael hit Panama City. So discover one of the largest digital advertising. Oh, crap. So they weren't expecting that either. It was a 2, and then it jumped to a 5, and it blam hit them, and it tore up some stuff. I mean, my family were okay, but it tore up property, it tore up housing. I mean, we've all seen the photos of Panama City Beach. That's exactly what the East Coast is going to look like when this thing hits, if it comes in as a 4. All right, let's see let me catch up with chat, guys. I apologize. Fallout Shelter, hey buddy, I'm glad you came in, man. I am trying to catch up on the chat, everybody. If I miss your question, please make sure you can always retype it in for me. Okay, I scrolled too far up. All right, no D-cell batteries. We covered that one. Yeah, definitely make sure you have lights. I understand it's expensive, guys, and not everybody can afford it. All right, our solar system is a little bit at a time, saving up, and we were able to get you some flashlights, things like that. I mean, dollar store, even Harbor Freight's got cheap flashlights. Just something so you have a way of light. Don't forget candles. Be careful with candles. I don't know how it's possible, but every time I turn on the news after a storm came through, house burnt down, apartment building burnt down because somebody was using a candle. I don't know how that is possible, but if you decide to use candles, be smart. Maybe I should do a how to use a candle video on Central Florida Prepper. All right, what we got here, guys? It's getting a bit crazy in your direction. Yeah, John, it is. It's still a couple days off, so it can change. I was just going with the projected model that they came out with at 11 today. It looks like it has forecasted as a category 4 if it comes in. So that's gonna be a rough one. Now, again, guys, I am in Apopka. I am northwest of Orlando. Now, the projections I saw, this thing's coming right in on Orlando, so I'm 11 miles outside the city limit of Orlando. So yeah. Dude, what about Operation Security? You know what, man? If you're dumb enough to sit out here in this heat of Florida and wait for me, to spot me, I mean, I get trying to spot Elvis Presley. I'm cool with that, but I'm not Elvis. I just got great sideburns. All right, see what we got here. Yeah, I was hoping to catch one of our other subscribers here. She's actually in Daytona Beach, and I'm hoping that she has gotten away from the coastline. Silver bucket. Always wondered why people run to buy water when you can fill up jugs out of your faucet, fill your tub, and all the jugs, and you won't have to deal with all the idiots running crazy. This is very true. We keep water stocked here anyway. We keep, right now, we've made 8 months on drinking water, and yeah, it does take up room. We have about 40 gallons of water designated for dishwashing and toilet flushing, which would wash the dishes with it, catch it from the drain, flush the toilet. And we got 40 gallons put back for our hygiene as far as bathing. Excuse me. But we do have ways of collecting rainwater. I've already modified our gutters so that all I have to do is slide the bucket underneath and collect all the rainwater. I can't leave it set up because we have nosy um, neighbors. As far as they see something out of place, they're calling the association on us, and then we get a letter on the front door saying we have to do this or we'll be fined. So anyway, all right, what else we got here? 2 glasses of water. All right, all right. How to use a candle. Take old beat up pot, set candle in it, light it, keep on. Yeah, we basically just make holders out of aluminum foil. That way, any wax that comes off, it gets caught in there. It doesn't fall. I mean, it's as long as you place it, you don't put it next to your bed, in case you're one of those type of people that slings their hand. But I think what it is, they got them near windows and they're catching curtains on fire, things like that. I think they're just putting the candle too close to an object, and the heat off the candle is what's catching things on fire. I think that's what's happening. Are you using solar panels at your get from Harbor Freight? Don, we do have one of our first solar panels that we bought. Our first 100 watt was the Harbor Freight 100 watt system. There are 4 25 watt panels. Yeah, that's on the roof right now. We also have our Rhenology, whatever. I posted the link to them a long time ago. Those are 100 watt single panels. Now we have 4 in our shed. No, we got 6 in our shed. So we got 2 up there. Yeah, we have a total of 800 watts. We got 1 of those with our Harbor Freight, the little $100. I think it now is like a $140 system. But I had to add new charge controllers because the original one was only a 100 watt charge controller. But when we start putting more panels on, you need to expand that. And we've actually had that Harbor Freight one for 2 years. It still runs. Everything works. Port St. Lucie. Really? I will have to take a look at that. Because I hadn't seen that particular one, guys. Let me pull it up here. Now, if it hits Port St. Lucie on Monday, 2 a.m., yeah, I've been getting the 2 a.m. Target range here lately. When it first started, it said Friday, and now it's looking like late Sunday, early Monday. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm reading right now, just trying to find out the new projected path. Okay, so it looks like they are. This was an hour ago on NBC. Who's the one that has the peacock as an icon? I forgot. Looks like it's coming in south of Melbourne. I think that was. So yeah, the storm is still bouncing around a lot, guys. Um, Sorry, I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. Trying to talk and type also affects me. So I was trying to see what the new projection was. Yeah, we actually had planned on Labor Day. We're going to be doing some grilling out and stuff, but looks like that's not going to happen. Oh, I mean, we're going to be grilling out because when the power is out, we're going to do our barbecues and stuff. But see, we got enough fuel to run the house with our propane for 4 months, just with what we have hooked up to the house. Then we have extra stored propane. So technically, we don't have to go out. I did order a new box fan. We have fans. Fans work longer on our solar than our air conditioning unit. Our air conditioning unit, I can run it during the daytime as long as it's really bright outside. But anybody that's been through a hurricane, you already know it gets all gray skied and stuff. You don't draw that much power from your solar. Um, but I can run those fans all day, all night with our solar. So I did order a new one. It's actually supposed to be delivered today, so it saved me from having to go to the store. You gotta love that Amazon Prime next day delivery. Let me get back to checking our chat, guys. All right, Will Patriot, I definitely appreciate you coming in, man. And again, guys, tomorrow night, 8 Central, I'll be over there contributing to their live stream. Y'all get to see my ugly mug sit there. I'll probably be cracking jokes on everybody like I usually do. And that will be at Will Patriot. I track on vinceguski.com. JT, all right, I have not used that site yet, so I will definitely give it a shot. Let's see here. JT, last I checked, it runs up the coast and crosses at Daytona. Please, not Melbourne. Yeah, this was what I had just saw on that one site, and it was updated an hour ago. So, guys, we're always catching different. I mean, just depends on what news source you look at. They give you a different projected model. I mean, so it is. Let me try actually pulling up the actual tracker. What was the name of that one again, JT? You just said. Let me scroll up here and find it. Bentuski.com. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to look up here and see what this site is. It brought me up in California. Okay, so yeah, I see that wind map. According to that wind map, yeah, it's gonna come up and then swoop and just nail the crap out of Daytona on that one. Interesting. So yeah, either way, let's say that it did not hit Daytona. Let's say that it hit Melbourne, or you know what, with the size of this thing, let's say it hit Miami. That's they're going with the landfall of the eye. This storm is pretty big. We're gonna feel it no matter what, wherever it goes. If it hits Florida, Central Florida is definitely gonna hit. We're gonna feel it. So it doesn't really matter. Alaska Prepper, hey bud, what's going on? Sneaking in a break at work, so can't stay long. Well, I appreciate you coming in, Alaska. everybody that knows AP, you know that he's a great guy. And if you have not been to his channel, please do. People like Alaska Prepper and Marfugal. There's a couple other channels out there that has really helped my channel out with shout outs, which has gave us a lot of growth. Yeah, Alaska Prepper was one of the first larger channels that actually embraced this channel here and actually helped us out. So yeah, every time I see Alaska Prepper, I always plug him. I will always say, y'all need to go check him out. Let's see here. What else we got here, guys? Grand Supreme News. I did not know that him and his family lived in Florida. I do know who you're talking about, May. I did not know that. Glow sticks in jars 2 or 3 last for hours a night. Bright 2, recommend thicker ones if you use near young kids. Carolyn. Yeah, I definitely see why you would say that, especially you don't want to, those things are choking hazards. But at 2 years old, everything is a choking hazard. And I'm not making fun of children choking. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying, as a parent, I know my sons put everything in their mouth. All right, I thought Legos were made for building. You got to change a diaper, and there's a Lego. Luckily, this little small one, somehow they managed to eat that. Hold on, guys. Let me get some coffee. Now, I do have some good news. I always have good news. I dropped down to 214 pounds now. So I'll tell you what, these last 4 pounds, last time I was 218, were tough. I don't know why. It took very long to do, but yeah, I'm at 214 now. Again, I'm gearing towards 190. At least I'll be close to what my original weight was before getting hurt. So, that's always good news. I had to cut out my bread, but then I've been baking bread on the Dutch oven, trying to perfect it. And of course, I'm going to eat it, so that doesn't always help. All right, let's go back to our chat here, guys. What do we got going on? All right, we already talked about the glow sticks. Congrats. I do appreciate it, guys. I'm usually not a heavy guy. I can only do so much and was able to do a little bit at a time. Mostly I had to change my eating habits. I couldn't get up in the middle of the night with a spoon and a jar of peanut butter and chocolate Hershey syrup. Although that is one of my go-to snacks. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's almost as good as a Reese cup. Not as good, but pretty close. All right. Yeah, you plateau for a while. Yeah, I definitely did hit a rough plateau. It was a couple weeks. And what? All right. Would somebody please get rid of Old Man Bob on that comment? 1, I'm not gay. I'm happily married. 2, if somebody is gay, I have no problem with that. 3, I'm not going to put up with stuff like this on this channel. That's just being a jackass. All right? No. What somebody decides to do with their life, that's their life. I respect that. Just like I ask people to respect my decision in life, and I want to respect other people's decision. Now, when someone's trying to force their way of life on me, then yes, I'll put my foot down and get up in their face. But stuff like that, I don't like, guys. I mean, no, that's uncalled for. I don't hate stuff like that. JT, I do appreciate that. Thank you. See what we got here. Since I lost my taste buds, I'm losing weight, but I need to because I'm diabetic. Yeah, I've lost a large percentage of my taste buds when I got electrocuted. Um, I do have the ability to taste if something is sour, which I guess is a good thing. I can still taste, but I don't have the effectiveness like I used to. I mean, it's the percentage is so low. Half the time, everything I eat's bland. And I know my wife cooks very well. I can smell it. And I mean, I eat a belly full of it. But it's like, how was it? I'm like, it's great. She said, you can't taste it, can you? I'm like, no. I said, I can smell it. It smells amazing. And I'm not saying anything bad about your cooking, my dear. But yeah, it's kind of wasted on me. All right, what we got here, guys? I'm going to post updated hurricane. All right, that is perfect. Thank you for that. All right, I have a soft spot for bread butter and peanut butter. Butter is good. I definitely agree. Okay, let's see what we got here. Sorry, guys, I am reading the chats right now. All right. So I was just checking everything there, guys. Okay, so back to preparedness. Like I posted, I was going to do a video today as far as make a video and just publish it for y'all. But that's why I wanted to go live just to actually answer some questions for y'all. Sorry, I was reading this. Jose Santiago. Yeah, I agree, buddy. I'll tell you what, Ray. Yes, I do like me some turnip greens and cornbread. I'll tell you what, guys. My wife can make some good cornbread. Um, it's not too sweet. Dude, it's just right. All right, most cornbread I've had in my life has been a brick. Not this one. I don't know exactly how she makes it. I know to stay out of her kitchen, but yeah, she's real good on the cornbread. Hey, if y'all are getting hungry about talking about food, go to my buddy's channel, Alaska Prepper. He will make you starving for food after watching him cook up food. So yeah, always make sure I eat something before I go turn on his channel because he'll be over there cooking. I'm like, thanks a lot. There goes my diet. Yeah. All right, guys. I do apologize. I am going to smoke a cancer stick. I try not to smoke on my videos, but I am still addicted to cigarettes. Not that much. I smoke half a pack a day now, compared to I was a 3-packer a day. Yeah, Marlboro Reds. Now I am down to half a pack. So I'm getting there. Just quitting cold turkey was, no, that's just too rough. I tried it. I've done it before in the past. I quit smoking for 3 years, but I'm working on it again. Yeah, John. Let me get back on topic, guys. I do apologize. I'm taking up your time here. So, foods, things like that. We all need to make sure we have shelf stable foods. Something I saw yesterday when I was watching the news, and me and the wife was watching. There was a news reporter at the grocery store, and they stopped this woman, asking her, about it. She was having problems getting water, and she was irate that she was only allowed to get one case of water. I've got kids at home. They would only sell me one case of water. All right, this goes into the entitlement thing of people. I mean, I feel bad that they weren't prepared, but I'm not going to lose any sleep on their stupidity. I know that sounds rough, guys. I do apologize, but it's just how I feel about some of today's society members. So after her rant about only being able to buy a little bit of water, she went and said, they said, well, we see that you purchase food. She says, yeah, I was able to get all kind of good food. Most of the canned foods were gone, but I was able to make up for that. She says, well, what exactly did you do to prepare for food? Well, I wasn't really sure what to get. And they went pan to her shopping cart. So I've got these they're the freeze bag vegetables and stuff that you have to put in a freezer. She had gotten fresh fruits and vegetables, which most you have to put in a refrigerator. And she had purchased meats that she says she's going to put in her freezer. I'm looking at this woman. She's freaking out about not being able to buy a bottle of water. So I'm also thinking that she doesn't have alternative means to create power to keep her refrigerator cold. And wouldn't you know it, I was correct. Because right after that, she started talking about the government needs to provide generators for people living in Florida for protection against hurricanes. They need to provide generators. Now listen, guys, most of y'all know this because you are preppers. While the rest of the world goes on, I mean, we do try to live a normal life, but while the other people are going to Barbados for a weekend or in wherever, I don't know many names of exotic places because I've never been, but instead of doing that, we sacrifice and we alter our budgets and things like that so we could put food back for our protection and protection of our family, supplies, things like that. We know we have to do it on our own. And here it is, hurricanes fixing to come to Florida, and she's bitching that the government is not giving away generators for people in Florida for preparedness for the hurricanes. I cannot stand entitlement. I see it more and more every day. It's just ridiculous, guys. Let's see what else we got here, guys. We do a few days of dinners and such before storms. Throw it in the freezer for easier meals, lunches too. I did too. Quit. We have been without power 2-3 weeks at a time. Yeah. When Irma came through, we lost power where we were at in Orlando for 10 days. My buddy that lives here in Apopka, he's only 2 miles from my location right now. He said this place here and his place was out of power and no running water for over 2 weeks, because I was actually bringing some of my water supplies to him at work when we were able to start work again. When we were back working, and he still didn't have power here. So he still didn't have ways of water and stuff. So I was bringing gallons of water to him, because at the time he was not a prepper. Oh, he is now. Yeah. Take care of your damn self. Yes. Yeah. Dad lives in Melbourne, watching the storm close. Yeah, Sherry. And like I said, I have seen different projections on this. One showing that it's going to be a little bit south of Daytona. It looks like it's coming in at Melbourne. I've also seen projection where it's coming in Daytona. I've seen one spaghetti model, and it was one string showing it running up the coastline, but all the rest of them are showing something else. So, I mean, it's all forecast right now, what they're trying to say. Don't smoke, but I do grow a few tobacco plants and save the seeds. Jenny Two Shoes, yes, that is a very good idea. My brother also, he got into purchasing tobacco seeds and stuff. I used to work in tobacco fields when I was young. I used to be prime and backer. I was 13 years old. That sucked. You talk about backbreaking because you're always bent over trying to scrape that resin out between those, right on the stems. Yeah, that's a tough job. Okay, I'm putting the cigarette out. Appreciate y'all being tolerant on that. All right, so power sources, generators. All right, guys, if you have generators, like our generator, we have to get the stabilizer, little oil mix for them. So it's I guess it's 2-cycle. I guess what you call it. You can't just put regular gasoline. You got to put that additive in it. If you do not have that stocked up now, if you are Central Florida, go ahead and get that now. There's a lot of things you do need to get. Hopefully, you being preppers, y'all are prepared. If this thing is a Category 4 and does hit like they're saying, do not expect your power to be on for several weeks. If this thing comes in like it did in Panama City, where my family lives at now, well, they live there. That's where I'm originally from. They were without power. My uncle, he lives in Southport. Their power was out for about 6 weeks, and they were able to get limited power, and they kept getting shut off and back on, shut off, back on. Fuel. When my brother and dad was there, they had to round trip 136 miles to find a station that had fuel, and the amount of fuel that you were allowed to buy was limited, and I believe that was at a truck stop. So a lot of the other places didn't have no power to run their fuel, but I think they had backup generators or something like that there at that truck stop. So yes, if you are planning on riding around, get fuel for your vehicle. If you are planning to leave, today is Thursday. Leave now. Don't be one of those people that are stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic, guys. You do not want to be stuck there when this thing comes rolling through. All right, you don't want to be on the interstate. So if you are planning on leaving, leave now. Carolyn, freeze everything you can now. Yes, that is a great idea. We are in the process of freezing a lot of water bottles for additional ice, because we do have a lot of coolers here, stuff like that. So yeah, we will be transferring a lot of things there. Luckily though, inside our prepper community here at the house, we have a couple guys that do have solar set up that they actually can run their refrigerators. I do not have enough battery banks and power solar panels to run our refrigerator. Okay. A lot of people get confused on that. They keep telling me you can't run your refrigerator. Yeah, I've never said I could run my refrigerator. We do in our group. We do have a couple of deep freezes, and we got a couple of regular refrigerators that are hooked up, and we have tried and tested. We run our tests on average twice a year. We have done 4 times a year before, where we do what we call blackout days, where we just everything's turned off for the weekend. But yeah, freezing your ice, freezing water bottles, things like that to work as ice works very good. It actually will stay cooler in your, it'll actually stay longer ice in your cooler than buying the chipped ice, because when you start breaking little chips off, they melt a lot easier. So that's a good idea. Yeah, Dad parked his pickup in front of his window, then gets under a metal desk with his motorcycle helmet on. He also has a cooler with bologna sandwiches and a flashlight. He cracks me up. That's hilarious. I was when I was going to do the video today, and instead of doing live stream, I was going to go to the dollar store and get me some of those little arm floaties, and I was going to give me some goggles with a snorkel, and tell you I was prepared for the hurricane. I was going to do one of my little funny skits like I've done in the past, but I decided I just wasn't going to do it. I'd just rather go live, in which we do have live now, so we can. Checking the chat here, guys. We'll have to freeze all the yogurt I bought on Tuesday. Ice cream. Bow-like camp stove is a great idea for energy. Solar will be useless for a while because the sun will be darkened from the ash clouds. Jordan 888, you are correct as far as meteor strike or severe nuclear or volcanic, to an extent. Now, there are certain solar panels that do work in shade. So yeah, as long as UV lighting is getting through, solar does work. It just depends on what type of panels you have. Having alternate sources of power, yes, is a great idea. When we go to Wyoming, we will be having our solar, but we also will be having wind. Having multiple ways of generating power is always priority. You need to have multiple ways. Jake say do that. We need to laugh. Yeah. Every now and then y'all see me do something crazy. It's just chasing news and things like that. Sometimes it's just overbearing, and sometimes you just need to sit back and just have a good laugh, guys. So when I do stuff like that, I haven't went insane. I'm just trying to make light of a situation, try to get everybody to laugh. Let's see what we got here. Two people here in West Virginia lost their food during an ice storm. All the ice you need. They didn't realize you could put your foot in a trash bag on top of your roof. Oh, put your food in a trash bag on top of your roof. Yeah, just common sense here. Yeah, same thing in North Carolina. As long as it was off the ground, usually we just ran them up in the trees. The old, I think it was actually designed for bears and stuff so they don't eat your food. Run up in a tree, snowing, sleeting like crazy. North Carolina, we got a lot of sleet. When the power goes out, it works just fine. I mean, it's it's frozen out there, so it's gonna work. Don't forget your weed. Well, yeah. I mean, if you're one of those people that uses that, I guess hopefully you're in a legal state and can actually own it. I do not partake in that. It messes me up too much. Okay, so if I can't function, I don't want it in my system. All right, now, do I drink? Yes, I do drink. Do I get belligerently drunk? No, I'm not 23 anymore. Back in the day, I used to get hammered. Sure, yeah, of course. Do I have a couple beers on the weekend? Yeah, but I maintain it where I'm not belligerently drunk and I can react to any situation that's presenting itself. So even the hurricane parties here are they're lame, okay, because yeah, we'll have a couple beers while we're watching things, but we're not getting trashed. That way, if we have to make a decision on things, we got pretty much a clear head. Earthquake off Oregon coast this morning. I did not check my earthquake news this morning. Edie, I definitely appreciate that. There's a lot of earthquakes and stuff going on out that direction. Marfugo has been talking about the Cascadia effect for a good while now, and we're seeing more and more of these shakes, tremors, earthquakes off the coast, on land. To think nothing's going to happen is ridiculous. It's like it's waiting for just the right moment to do it. I know here I am personifying this thing like it's actually a living thing. But yeah, there's something that in the works, and we can actually sit back and look at it and go, yeah, something bad is fixing to happen. I have booze for trade, works and stores are great. Yes, most certainly does, especially the liquor. A few hot hand packs, thermocare wraps for those on snow removal detail. $6.3. Wow. Jordan, I definitely appreciate that. 6.3. Dutch Sense. I actually watch his channel when I can. Most of the time, I'm having to catch the replays. I'm not catching the live stream because usually when he's doing his live, I'm either in bed or I'm watching somebody else's live stream. So yeah, I do enjoy his channel. I do appreciate his information he gives out to people. All right, guys, let's see here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, Sherry, with my dad, my thoughts and prayers are with you. I definitely appreciate that, and I appreciate everything from y'all. Now, what I am going to set up is I will put up a community tab post on the channel before the storm comes in. That way, when I lose power here, sure, I got solar, but my internet will not work here. All right, if we lose power, even though I have solar, Spectrum does not work. All right, so the internet service will be down. When I am able to contact some of my friends and stuff that are here on this channel and they are out of state, I will notify them that I'm okay. That way they can go to the post and keep y'all informed that, hey, Central Florida is fine, you know, that it's out of power. So y'all know we're alive. All right. So I will set that up so that y'all don't have to worry about that. So natural disasters. Yes, the natural disasters happen more and more. We're seeing it more and more all the time, guys. All right. Let's see what else we got here. It's erupted twice today off the coast of Italy. Edie, I missed that today. Yeah, definitely appreciate that information. All right, so since we do have a lot of Florida people here, I am hoping that y'all took my advice on, for those who did not think about this in the past, to get your plywood and things like that for your windows. Report when I was watching the news last night, they were at Home Depot and also a Lowe's, and they were showing just nonstop. The plywood was just going out. They're running out of stock. If you do have your plywood, go ahead and measure it out. Get up to your windows, cut it out for your windows, attach them to your windows or the frame. Don't try to attach it to the glass. Run you some screws in. If you're like me, can't drive a nail to save your life, grab your screw gun, screw them in. That way you know that they work. You can either leave them up because, hey, no sense of putting them up and taking them right back down. I mean, just if the storm moves away from us, all right, then take them down. But as of right now, when we get done here, I'm working with my community here, with my prepper community. We have a lot of work next couple of days. We're going to go ahead and start doing our boarding up and everything. I am limited on exactly what I can do right now. There's no way I can carry a sheet of plywood with this arm. I can't right now. But I can organize other things. Supervisor. I was a supervisor one time on a job. I fired my brother, I fired my cousin, and I fired everybody else in the shop. I was a supervisor for one day. My dad called the shop because he was working out in the field, asked me what the hell was going on as I fired them all. They're all a bunch of lazy bums. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's fired. I was um I was 18. Don't put me in charge. I'm a hard ass. Let me get some more coffee, guys. Okay, so like I said, when the storm comes through, I will try to do my best to catch as much as film as I can for you guys. Kind of like what I did with Irma. And well, now I know how to do better film, so it'd be easier. It actually worked out pretty well because I was going to be doing a review for these things using it as a lighting source during shit hits the fan. And well, guess what? So I got to finish running those up. I've got them wired all up. I am waiting on my buddy right now to come over to help me attach them to the house because me standing on a ladder right now, not a good idea. So I'll have those set up that way I can actually. I mean, if you talk about a great review, I'm sure that they will definitely appreciate it. All right, let's see what we got here. CFP, stay safe. Oh, we will, bud. If it gets too bad, if I see that it might be worse than what I was expecting, we do have a couple of, well, it's not a bug out location. We have a lot of refill stations that are actually very secure. And this concrete block homes. All right, it's going to take a lot to take them down that we can get to. And luckily, though, we won't be using the interstate on none of these. These are going to be side roads, things like that. But that's going to be a decision that me and the wife are going to have to make together. Right now, we are planning on staying exactly where we are. We do have a community here. We have our proper community, so we have a lot of sources here. We got a lot of resources. So right now, it's best if we stay in position. That coffee is going to make you nervous. Actually, no, I can drink a cup of coffee and go right to bed. Yeah. Those Monster Energy drinks, they're not good for you. Yeah, I can drink one of those and go to bed. So it's funny, though. I like having a cup of coffee in the morning to help me wake up, but I also like a cup of coffee at night to help go to bed. And I don't drink decaf. I drink Folgers. So Folgers high test. Sorry about that, guys. Since I'm trying not to smoke on film, I do dip. I've been dipping for a very long time. Anyway, all right. When it comes to coffee, when it comes and take coffee and evaporated milk or condense it, make coffee cooler, full of iced coffee for the after. You know what? My wife likes the iced coffee. I don't. But if it's cold coffee, it's just I like it scalding hot. JT, no coffee is good. What? I don't know what I missed there. I love my coffee. Coffee is the nectar of the gods. Vlad, I fully agree with you. I have just lost everybody's chat. Are y'all still here? That was weird. What the hell? Rat Beats. Hello, I'm a new music producer, and I was wondering if you would check out something. Um, Rat Beats. I'm very particular about music. Um, I am a huge country fan. I am a classic rock fan. Um, so to let you know on that one. So yeah, I'm real funny about what type of music I listen to. All right, John. Yeah, I'm here. I appreciate that, buddy. See what else we got here, guys. Hey, you guys got any questions since I've already got y'all stuck? I got you captive on my channel. We have a oh, never mind. I make electronic music. Oh, right. That's fine, bud. Yeah, it's not my type of music though. If you have any questions about prepping as far as this hurricane and stuff, especially you guys that are here in Florida, y'all can post, ask me questions, whatever. Many of us are already prepared minded and we're already prepared for it, but got any questions, no problem. Have you tried Folder's instant coffee? Yes, that is actually what I store in our preps, Ray Powers. We store a lot of the Folgers instant coffee. Give me 1 second here. Oh, gosh, I got cooking oil all in the way. I actually have the Folgers in the back there, but I forgot we just went picked up 4 more of those cooking oil, so I stuck them there. So I gotta move all that out of the way. All right, where are we at in chat, guys? All right, y'all can all still see me. Yeah, it was weird. For some reason, I lost everything in chat. Your icons were there, but everything was gone. But y'all, everything's back up here. Florida Dex, hi from West Palm Beach, putting up shutters today. Lots of work. Thank you for the prep video. I'll have to watch replay. Be safe in Florida. All right, Florida Dex. Yeah, you are definitely in a spot there. Good luck to you, bud, and y'all be safe out there. Okay. Starts looking bad. Y'all need to get out of there if it starts really coming in hard. Well, prior to landing. I mean, if you see that it's going to be a 5 or something, and you still got time to get out, yeah. All right, let's see here. What else we got? Dale James, hey bud, what's going on? Hey CFP, I bought one of those vacuum sealers you showed days ago. Works great for $20. Yeah, Dale, it does. Actually, that is what I am using here at the house for my fire starter kit that I'm making. I'm vacuum sealing everything. Oh yeah, I put this sucker through some tests, man, and it's still holding up good. I was really surprised. I paid almost $70 for my last one, and it did last a little while, but this one here is hanging in there like a champ. And for $20, if it goes out, I can afford to get another one. But yeah, we are definitely putting this thing through some use. What about creamer for it? Been trying to figure out the best for long-term storage. Usually, Ray, I don't use creamer. Usually I drink my coffee black. But now we store these shelf-stable milk from the dollar store, the packaged milk. So it doesn't have to be refrigerated. And they last, on average, a year is the best by date on those. So we do actually store a lot of those. Mainly we do milk because we got a lot of pancake mixes. All right, back to chat, guys. See what we got here. Hillel, honesty, how do you shelter from that kind of wind without an underground shelter? That's a good question. Most of it is the construction of your home. Okay, I have seen roofs ripped off of houses because the clips and stuff were put on backwards or not enough hurricane clips. The biggest threat with the hurricanes, especially where I'm at right now, is the trees we have here. I've showed videos where it's been raining and that's just a thunderstorm, and y'all have seen how these trees move out here. They have what's known as the red fungus, which means they can break at any time. Um, Unfortunately, though, when I checked on hiring somebody to cut these trees down and remove them from the area of my property, I can't because the trees are not on my property. They just grow at an angle where they hang over my house. So I ran into legal issues there where I cannot do anything about that. I have brought up the issue with the home association here. Since I am not a homeowner here, I am just a renter, they're not going to listen to me anyway. But now, as soon as they saw my rain collection barrel on my gutter, they came banging on the door, putting a note on my door, telling me to remove it or I'll be fined. Yeah, good times. So yeah, to answer your question, if you have a home that is brick, you got a better chance. These homes that we live in here, there's a lot of RVs and things in this area that we live at. We are in a what they call a small single wide, but it looks pretty big because they added on a Florida room and stuff like that. There's plenty of room for us. Yeah, they got a lot of hurricane straps, strapped in, anchored down into the ground. But these things are thin. Okay, it's going to be wild if a Category 4 comes rolling through. I'll be straight up honest with you guys. Now I've got sandbags in a lot of our walls, especially our safe room. Well, the safest room that we have. I took off the sheetrock, put them in, put the sheetrock back in, and now these are standing up. They're not completely full, but they add some protection. But yeah, when strong winds coming in and you got 130-mile-an-hour wind hitting the side of this thing, if a cross hit comes in, yeah, I don't know how well it's going to do, guys. Let's see what else we got here. JT, I vacuum seal coffee made, and 5 years later, it's like fresh. Great information, GT. Thank you. I have not. I know what the coffee made. You're talking about the powder, correct? I do need to check in on that because for a shelf life of 5 years and still fresh, that outdates our powder. It outdates our shelf life on our milk from the dollar store. But our canned milk, not our canned, our powdered milk from Augusta Farms, it's got like a 10-year shelf life. But they're not the cheapest either. I mean, they're cheaper. I buy from them a lot compared to a lot of the other companies because they are more budget. And I'll do like their products. All right, so what else we got here, guys? John, I appreciate you catching that. Mr. Bacon gives L's. When you want somebody to subscribe to you, you need to be part of the community, talk with them, things like that. Rushing into a live stream, I'm just trying to help you out. Don't take this wrong. Rush into a live stream, begging for subscription, things like that. If people do subscribe, it's just going to give you dead subscribers on your YouTube channel where, yeah, your number is going to grow, but you're not going to have any communication or interaction with your community that you're trying to build. And also, it is against YouTube policies. If they find out that you're doing that, they will strike down your YouTube channel. It's actually against the rules. So, if you want people to go onto your channel, best thing to do is start going to other people's channel, watching the stream, be active in their community. And when they like your personality and stuff, Most of the time when someone comes on a live stream, I do it all the time. I'll click on their icon, see if they got a channel, see what they're about, and if I like their content, I'll subscribe. So yeah, just a heads up on that, buddy. That way you don't get hemmed up by YouTube. All right, what else we got here, guys? Are you central like Daytona-ish? Yeah, kind of. Except we are west of Daytona. We are 11 miles northwest of Orlando, and Orlando is, I think, it's 46 miles from Daytona. So yeah, if you run straight crow's fly, we're not far. Yeah, so we're definitely keeping an eye on it. May, can you cover whatever you catch in? I have attempted to do like my garden and stuff like that, and I put them in containers and start building around, kind of making it look like it is all part of a landscape type of scenario, so it doesn't look like rain catchers. But because I was already on their radar for having the rain barrel, they busted me on it. They already knew that I already had a rain barrel set up there, so they just came right back on, and they gave me a warning again. So yeah, I tried to cover that. Now when it comes down to shit hits the fan, oh well, get off my property. All right, so as of right now, though, to stay legal and everything else and being cooperative, I have everything ready to go if I need it. Now, water gets shut off here. Will I be hooking up my rain systems? Yes, of course I will. I will deal with whatever legal repercussions that they want to find me with later, and I'll go to court over it. I mean, the fact is, if that situation is an emergency situation, I'm pretty sure I will be okay. But then again, never know. Have to make coffee. I'm craving now. Yeah, I gotta have my coffee. Found freeze-dried fruit at Walmart for a really good price. Vacuum packed with O2 absorber, and it will last a long time. Silver bucket. Yep. Freeze-dried is definitely a very long life on a product. I do recommend it. I always talk about your normal rotational stock first for people, especially just starting out. You can get 1 to 2 year supply of normal stuff you normally eat in canned goods, dry goods, a lot cheaper than a year supply of the freeze dried. And the reason why I always say do that first, because you are constantly pulling from the stocks and adding to your meals that you usually do. But yeah, once you get past that 1 or 2 years, if you have the finances and have the availability to it, yeah, there's nothing wrong. And I do recommend others to start buying the freeze dried, the Mountain House, the Augusta Farms, the Wise, those products to extend your shelf life. To extend your food source for a long term event. Now, we try to prepare for as much as we can. Right now, I guess you would say that we are pretty much only prepared. Besides, if we took the seeds and gardening out of the equation, we stock up a lot of seeds and stuff. We also started stocking up the bags of potting soil just in case the soil becomes contaminated. But let's say we take that out of the equation. We're really only prepared as far as packaged foods with everything that we have here in our house for about 2 years, 8 months. It's better than most, but that's really when those freeze dried products are going to come into play, because you can purchase those and they got like a 25-year shelf life. As a matter of fact, I just got a sample from Wise Food. It's a little free sample they sent me. I think it was Alfredo or something like that. I haven't tried it out yet. This thing was manufactured like a month ago. I mean, it's one serving deal, but yeah, once you got your basic stuff covered, there's nothing wrong with, buying the higher end stuff. And with higher end comes higher price. All right. So what else we got here, guys? Scroll through the chat here right fast. I've been enjoying your videos. Thanks for the motivation when it comes to being more prepared. Ray Powers, I do appreciate that, bud. Yeah, I just want everybody to start thinking, start looking at what's going on, and start preparing. It doesn't cost a lot of money to start, okay? You can prepare on a budget, and that's one of the big things here with this channel. Yeah, I do buy some higher end stuff. These are things that I really want. All right, let's say like the night vision. Okay, it's $100. Trust me, I know $100 is $100. All right, a lot of us don't have $100 just throw away. But I want to get a cheaper brand that I can actually review and look at and see if it's worth the buy to give me the ability to see at night. And it was. All right, so that's why I showcased that one. You know, I showed everybody that on a different video. That is a expensive item, especially if you're on a budget. But for food, water, things like that, there are things we can do to prepare ourselves and not be run into FEMA camps and have our hand out begging the government to help when, if it's something massive, they're not going to be there. All right. Look at Katrina. Man, look at the thing that happened in Puerto Rico. Hurricane. Relying on yourself. And I don't want to just say just rely on yourself. If you have a community of preppers with you, yes, you rely on each other. As individuals, yes, you can. And I'm not saying you can't do it as a lone wolf. I've never said you can't do lone wolf. Having a community, exchanging information, exchanging trades, skill set, things like that, it helps you grow. It helps secure you. So yeah, there's a lot of things to take in, and I do appreciate that, Ray Powers. I really do. All right, let me scroll back through here and see what I missed. Dale James, I lived in Palm Bay, Florida for 2 years, but never went through a hurricane. I'm in Central PA now. Okay. Yeah, hurricanes are interesting, but they can be nerve-wracking at times, especially when you start feeling, if you're leaning against the wall and you start feeling the edge of the house bounce. That can make you pucker. Bet you can't wait to get to Wyoming. Josh, yes, you know, the super volcano does have me concerned. We get a lot of snow out there in Wyoming. I've been out there twice now. Once working, the other time I was a train rider, and I've been out there to property to take a look at some things. But I've been through 2 of the winters out there. It's rough, but I like winter. I don't like this heat. Some people can deal with the heat just fine. I do not. I overheat. I'm a hairy guy. Okay, my wife calls me her Wookiee. She's a Star Wars dork. Okay, she's adorkable. Let's put it that way. She's a sweet girl, but she likes her Harrison Ford, and which is fine because I like Harrison Ford. But yeah, she calls me her Wookiee. I'm a hairy dude, so yeah. And this heat, oh yeah, it's way too hot, man. There's about a dozen ears of corn from local farmer, $5.75. That's not bad. Oh, my chat just jumped here. Hold on a second. Let me get back to that question. All right. KB, I live in Palm Coast, and I'm worried because water seems to already be gone everywhere. All right, KB, please do me a favor. Start filling up your water from your tap in containers. There are many different ways to get containers. You go to the dollar store. Hold on 1 second, please. They have these at the dollar store. They're $1. You can use milk jugs, This is temporary water, guys. All right, this is just to get you by. You can get 3-liter jugs at the dollar store full of soda. Empty out the soda, rinse it out. One of the main things I want to explain to people, especially with like collecting rainwater, get you some large buckets to collect rainwater. If you're doing that, get you a Sawyer mini water filter. They're at Walmart, $20. You have a way to filter out your water. Now, as far as collecting water that's on the ground when this hurricane comes through, I don't really recommend it. You can boil the crap out of it, but you have to worry about sewage, oil, chemicals, things like that that might leach into that water, especially with the amount of rainfall that they're calling for. There's going to be a lot of flooding. So those are my recommendations there, KB. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Again, I mean, these are some very large tea containers, $1 at the dollar store. That is a container to store water in. So yeah, start storing that tap water now. Especially, I've already seen where there's limiting people purchases of water. So get out there and start storing up your water now. Let me get back here to the chat. Vlad, I tell my kids we are not standing in line for government cheese. Yeah. But now I have also seen some videos, other creators talking about preppers, talking about going to these lines because other people are going to start noticing that you are now healthy looking and they're starving. Kind of like throwing people off. Personally, we're not going. We're hunkering down where we are. We're locking down our street. No one's coming in that does not belong on this street. Plain out simple. Unless they are friends and something, family of other people on the street. Strangers, no, it's going to get locked down and shit hits the fan. So yeah. Let's see here. Mayra, I can coupon at CVS, but when I try it at the supermarket, it doesn't work. I can coupon at CVS. I missed something in that chat. I do apologize. Oh. Okay. I just jumped my chat again, guys. I do apologize here. Don't forget to fill your bathtub for flushing and cleaning. Sue, yes, that is a great idea. We do store water in the bunker for our bathing, dishwashing, and toilet water. But yes, the tub is another great idea. Definitely recommend it. Okay, see here. I'm trying to catch the questions I missed, guys. I do apologize for that. Somebody needs to make a channel couponing for beginners, but real explain it step by step. Myra, yeah, I agree with you. We do couponings as far as sell items and things I want to get, but yeah, we're not the diehard couponers here. At least I'm talking about here at my house. I'm not in hurricane area, but no folks down there. All right, let's see what we got here. Don't forget to fill the bathtub. Got that one. I save juice containers from kids. Tons here. Milk jugs. Yeah, we use milk jugs, and I know a lot of people's like, well, you can't use milk jugs to biodegradable. They break down. I've been using milk jugs since I started prepping the Y2K. Now, do I have to change out some milk jugs over the past years? Yes. But every time that was a fly. Every time I empty a milk jug, as a matter of fact, I got one right here. This right here is sitting in soapy water right now. I got it full. You got to get rid of that culture, that living culture that's in it. That comes from the milk. Wash it out. Then we'll rinse it out. We'll use some uh, bleach water, make sure it's sterilized, air dry, rinse it out again. Then we'll fill it up. And when I replace, before I put that in, I'll go through and pull some of my old jugs and replace the old jugs, toss out the old jugs. The reason I can do that now is because we are limited space. So I go through, I know where everything's at, which one's my old jugs, and we check our preps every 2-3 months to make sure we don't have any major problems. All right. I am praying for you, your wife, and all of you in the possible path. Well, we do appreciate it. Thank you a lot on that. Yeah. I'm really hoping this thing does not go to a category 4, because that will be bad. Lynn Morgan, you don't have to buy bottled. Correct. You do not have to buy bottled. Dale James, I am disabled, but I buy 1 or 2 things each week to put up, even if it's 49-cent pork and beans. Yes, exactly, Dale. Yeah, even 1 can of food a week. We don't know when shtf is going to happen. All right, we have a feeling in the research and stuff that everyone's doing. We see something big coming, but we don't know exactly when. Even just having an extra can of food, every couple weeks, whatever, that is still prolonging your life and your lives of your loved ones when shit hits the fan. So yeah, even 49-cent can of pork and beans. Yes, exactly. A lot of people get upset when they see, and I'm not talking bad about any prepper channel. Don't get me wrong, guys. I admire a great deal of them, but a lot of people that's first starting out in prepping and they come across a channel and they see nonstop rows of Mountain House and Augusta Farms and all these things, and they see the price tag of this stuff, they feel a little defeated, a little, sorry, I don't have the correct word sometimes, guys, overwhelmed with it. They see, they know what they want, but when they see the price tag, well, I'll never be able to get it. So, and unfortunately, a lot of people go, well, I can't afford that, so you know what, screw it, I'm not going to deal with it. There's ways to prep, guys. There really is. So, Dale James, thank you for that comment, bud. You are absolutely right. JT, even if the water comes out of the tap, don't drink it. It could be contaminated if the process plant is flooded. Yes, JT, you are correct. During the hurricane, when Irma came through and I was in Orlando, we lost our power for 10 days. Like I said, our water still ran, but the streets were flooded. I actually discussed this on another video in the past. I was telling people, don't drink it. All right, we got flooding everywhere. All that stuff is in the water. And there was multiple people that actually got sick off of it, dysentery. I warned them. Some people, when they look at a prepper trying to explain things to them, they mouth off. And unfortunately, a lot of it is just people here in the city. They want to be told what to do. And I wasn't telling anybody, I was warning them. But yeah, JT, that is a great advice. Marcy G, quite literally, boil the crap out of it. Yeah, and when it comes down to the boiling part, someone had made a comment on one of my previous ones where I was talking about collecting water. I was talking about just boiling. With the chemicals in the flooded areas and stuff like that, some of those chemicals will not be boiled out. So then it goes into the collecting the steam, condensing it down back into liquid. So yeah, be careful with it, guys, because some of those, like the Sawyer Mini, yes, I love the Sawyer Mini, but when it comes down to viral, I don't think it filters virus. All right, it filters. Boiling water does work, but some chemicals, when they go into they boil into a steam, and then they just transfer back into your water. So something to think about. That's why I say collect the rainwater when it's coming off the roof, and then run it through a filter or boil that. I wouldn't really recommend trying to get water out of the ditch right after a flood. Okay, back to the chat here, guys. I jumped it again. Okay. A KFAB. Tell James I too am disabled, but I do MRE reviews on my channel, and I save up the purification tabs that come inside those, save it up in case anything happens later. That is an amazing, great idea. I'm gonna have to check out your channel. Yeah, definitely good idea on that. From taps contaminated with fluoride and other stuff, my brother. Yeah, tap water is contaminated with fluoride and other chemicals that they are putting in the water. But having, I mean, if you're drinking tap water now, I always recommend, running filters and stuff like that for your tap water, just because the stuff that the government's putting in the water. But you do have to have water to drink. But yeah, Josh, I do agree with you on that. How many folks don't have their hurricane kits ready? Lynn Morgan, yes, I am amazed too, and that's one of the things here with this channel here. When I started it, I just wanted to notify people the need for prepping. All right, and I tried going with a budget thing just to definitely to attract the attention, and it's easy to start. Like I said, we're going to go out today. I'm going to take my camera with me. I'm going to be filming our locations where we're going. We're going into stores. We're not buying anything. I mean, I don't know, we might pick up a pack of Skittles or something. But this way I can film. My wife agreed. I mean, she's always been a trooper. I'm still trying to get her to go on the show with me. She is very shy as far as when the camera comes on. She's not shy in person, I'll tell you that much. She'll tell you exactly where you can go. But not you guys here. And when I say you guys, I mean girls and guys. All right. It's just the way I talk. So yeah, I'm trying to get her on here with me. I wish she gets used to it, because when we get out to Wyoming, she's actually going to be starting her. It's kind of like what's that show? The Pioneer Woman, I think the name of that one show. So my wife does a lot of cooking, and she wants to start getting involved in that. So I'm trying to get used to the cameras and stuff. Okay, what else we got here, guys? Florida Patriot 71. Hey, CFP, do you think I should close hurricane shutters? I'm not used to being this close to the water. Should close hurricane shutters. I'm not used to be this close to the water. If you are on the coastline, Florida Patriot 71, and you have shutters, hurricane shutters, yeah, definitely close them. It's still several days away before it comes this way. I mean, it might change the direction. Like I said, when I came on live chat, I was going off of what the last models I saw. It was still coming here. Yeah, you want to. For those people that do not have shutters, get you some plywood. Get it now before they run out. All right. I've seen when hurricanes come through and Lowe's, Home Depot have run out of plywood. They only carry so much in store. All right. When you have something coming in, they're not going to send. Now they will try to resupply as much as they can prior, but the truck drivers and stuff, they're not going to be trying to deliver in right before a massive hurricane comes rolling in, guys. They have to protect themselves. They have to protect their rigs. The product that is on these trucks they're insured, but those companies, they're not going to have something shot out in the middle of a storm to protect property and life. So yeah, get it now while you can. I mean, plywood, things like that, guys. If you're living in Florida, it's a no-brainer. You need these things because we are always having storms. So yeah, so Florida Patriot, yeah, definitely. I would go ahead and start. We're going to be starting up real soon on boarding up all of our stuff here on the street I live. We're all working together. Like I said, we're prepping community. We look out for each other. So that's going to help us out a lot, having extra hands. Let's see here. Josh Connor. Yeah, I am. My screen just jumped. Hold on, let me get back to the comment. Yeah, I am not a tech savvy individual, guys. All right, here we are. Yes, I am not a fearmonger, but the stories I have heard about water treatment is horrifying, but won't hurt to do it for an emergency. Yeah, Josh. No, I wasn't claiming that. You were, buddy. Um, yeah, an emergency stuff like that. Yeah, you drink the water as far as the tap water that you stored on your normal everyday living. Yes, I definitely recommend running it through a filtration system if you are using tap water because of the chemicals that are in there. All right, so yeah, it's not something you want to spend your whole life drinking. I do think that there's things in there for depopulation. Let's put it that way. All right, so we'll see what else we got here. A KFAB. In my area, the Asian markets carry really reasonable price canned food. I do get shelf stable freeze dried also. I slowly buy it. I review it once on the videos, then store the rest. Get cheap canned too. Yeah, yeah, definitely good plans on that. All right, what else we got here, guys? I am not a prepper channel. I do MREs. We have MREs too. A lot of people don't like the taste of MREs. Before I lost my taste buds, well, a large portion of them. I didn't have a problem with MREs. I thought they tasted good. Now that most of my taste buds are not working properly, I have no problem with them, even if they were bad. Yeah, I like MREs. It just when they jumped up in price, it we didn't do a lot of purchasing on them because the price I could spend on an MRE compared to the price I can put towards my normal rotational stock, I got a lot more out of my normal rotational stock than just buying a case of MREs. So that's why we don't do a lot of the MREs here. But there's nothing wrong with that. That is very good information. I do have two GFs. So for my dry noodles, I use zucchini. I have cut and dehydrated. Oh, Edie? Are you talking about using zucchini noodles? If you are, I have heard of those. My wife tried to surprise me one day. She made spaghetti with some type of noodles, and I think they were zucchini noodles. I could tell. Um, she was looking at me kind of sheepish anyway when I was eating it. I'm like, babe, I love you cooking. I'm not trying to be mean, but something tastes off. And then she told me what it was. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I could definitely tell they weren't my normal pasta. Sherry, hey, how's it going? I have a distiller, or you can make a distiller with pan and a lid. Yeah, Sherry. I had done a video a while back where I was attempting to make my own distiller. It didn't turn out so well because I didn't have the proper tubing that I needed. I was using some regular copper piping, and they were old copper piping. So, yeah, yes, you can make your own distiller. You're absolutely correct. All right, let's see what else we got here in the chat, guys. Sherry, again, yeah, water in a ditch, you might get infected even if you boil the water because of runoff. Yeah, there's a lot of things, especially with flooding and stuff, guys. The best thing if you're trying to collect water with the hurricane coming in, the rains and stuff, try to collect it off your runoff off your roof, and then filter that. Don't pull it out of the ditch because of the flooding. If you look at the roads, all right, you know how down here in Florida they say as soon as it starts raining, the roads are really slick because of all the oil and antifreeze and stuff that's on the road. Where do you think that's going to go in a flood? All right, so most of you guys already know this information. Thing about preppers, sometimes we just get overwhelmed with information. So just a little reminder does help us go, oh yeah, I knew that. So that's, I'm not calling anybody out on that. I'm pretty sure most of y'all already know that. It's just a reminder, guys. Let's see what else we got here. Josh Connor, CP is a great channel for starting out prep. I appreciate that, buddy. JT, don't collect first 10 minutes of water off root contaminated with bird poop. Good point. Good point. Oh yeah, there's a lot of birds around here. All right, let's see what else we got. If you want to prep, watch Alaska Prepper channel. He has so many good videos too. Yes, definitely Alaska Prepper, guys. He was here a little bit earlier. He was able to step in. He was on break from work. Yeah, I definitely recommend Alaska Prepper. He's a really great guy. The last video I just watched, he had Victor in the background talking, which was I couldn't stop laughing, man. Every time he gets that going, pretty awesome. All right, I want to find like-minded that have different skills in prep. Two better than one. Yes, yeah, exactly. Having two minds are better than one. Again, you can lone wolf. Never said you can't. There's just a lot of good good aspects of having backup and having other people in your community. I love to see your wife. Yeah, I'm trying to get her on. She said it's too hot in the bunker for one. I'm like, I'll work on it. I mean, I can run the fans, but it's so loud. It affects the microphone, and then you'll hear this loud fan running. I might be able to get some new sound things for the mic. I have to play around with it. So sad you have to qualify guys and gals. Yeah, but you know, for the most part, people here everybody here in our community that's subscribed here on this channel, they already know. But sometimes we do get some new people that come in, and it's just easier to clarify. That way, no one gets offended about anything. All right. Bruise me not. Hey, I really like to know how to make a steel. I've got some great uncles up in North Carolina. I'm pretty good at it. All right, let's see here. Bruise YouTube has videos using old pressure cookers. Definitely good to know. I'm guessing they're using old pressure cookers for distillers. Farm runoff poop from livestock that caused problems in last year's big hurricane. Sherry, yeah, and we do have Lake Apopka not far from us. That thing is very polluted with farm fertilizer and stuff. Not far from our house. Thankfully, I was warned prior because that was going to be a water source that I was planning on, and when I researched the background and history of it, yeah, there's a lot of pollutants in that thing. All right, let's see what else we got here, guys. My sister just moved to Orlando, so this will be her first hurricane. Well, she's getting broke in good to the hurricane weather of Florida, that's for sure. I hope that she is either got a very safe place to be at in Orlando and is prepped, or she is vacating Orlando now to get away from this thing. So Dad, definitely prayers will go out to her. I hope that she will be safe. If you talk to her and she doesn't have supplies, tell her she needs to get some basic supplies. I mean, enough for a couple weeks. not the 3-day that they say. Get a couple weeks for the same. Do you think just a lot of rice and beans? CFP, what do you think of just a lot of rice and beans for long term? Florida Patriot 71. When it comes to that particular, now we do store dry goods, rice, beans, noodles. Um, I mean, we have no problem with that. We vacuum seal and we throw in oxygen absorbers when we vacuum seal. They're going to last a very long time. Prior to, because we just had a problem with one of our members here in my personal prep group here at the house. They stored their bags of rice and also their beans, from my knowledge, in Ziploc bags. They did freeze them prior to get rid of the weevils, but they wound up getting weevils, or at least that's what it looked like to me. I did a little video of what we had found, because when I got this new vacuum sealer, he wanted to borrow it, and he had called me up, asked me how to get rid of the bugs. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he had bugs. So yeah, when it comes to dry goods, freeze them. They say all you need to do is freeze for 24 hours, then you dry them out, and then you can package them up. We like to freeze a lot longer just to be safe. Now, when it comes to your dried beans, rice, as far as food storage, we like to use the little bouillon cubes, the chicken and beef, to add flavor to our rice, because me personally, just bland flavored rice gets old quick. When you're starving, though, you'll eat anything. Okay, I've eaten anything as a train rider. Uh, anyway, so there's nothing wrong with storing that. Your body will adjust to things, as far as just that's all you have for your diet. But being able to add more things to it to kind of spice it up will definitely be a big morale booster. And again, I have nothing against stored rice, stored beans, dried beans. We do that. Now, when it comes to your dried goods, rice and beans, you're gonna have to pre-soak, and it takes a while to cook. In a large shit hits the fan scenario, that smell is going to bring in a lot of unwanted attention. That's why we have a group here at the house. We have backup when we're doing our cooks and stuff. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with storing that. I fully recommend buying rice, dried beans, things like that for your preps. Bruise me not. Where in North Carolina did you grow up? My people are in the foothills and mountains. Spend my summers and my screen just jumped. Oh, come on. Okay. Spent my summer on Sugar Mountain every year. I grew up a couple different places there in North Carolina. It was on the mountain range. I grew up in Hamptonville, Yadkinville, and Boonville. This is all the foothills of the mountains. We have Stone Mountain State Park. There's another Stone Mountain, I think it's in Georgia, but ours has waterfalls. Right there, it's about an hour and a half from where I grew up there in Boonville. We used to go to Asheville, Black Mountain, Cherokee, vacation out there all the time. So yeah, that's where I grew up out there. Hang glow sticks in the bathroom if you don't want to use candles. Yes, Adalia Diabetes. I know I chopped that up. I do apologize. Yes, that is a great idea, using glow sticks instead of candles. And you can get cheap glow sticks, dollar store. CP, got to take out my garbage. Best wishes to you and your family. God bless. All right, Dale James, I appreciate you coming in here, buddy. I really do. You had a lot of great topics to bring up today. Definitely thank you for stopping in, man. All right, what else we got here, guys? Florida rice beans, great. You can add forage greens and season meat broth. So always good. Yes, exactly, Sherry. Good point. Yeah, you can add a lot of things. Having food is priority. Adding things to spice up your food. I don't mean make it spicy, because my ulcer cannot handle spices. But you can do that if you like. I mean, I love hot food. I do. I can't use it. I mean, it hurts. But Oh, Central Florida hurts. Yeah, something. Yeah, my belly was swell up like a ripe melon. I'm actually, you can. It sounds like it when my ulcers are acting up. Not good. Uh, so yeah, that is a definitely great idea there. AK Fab. They are saying 7 day supplies. Sorry, I got an itch, guys, and it's right on the freaking spot. Oh, mm. They're saying they're saying 7 days supply, but now that still sounds low. AK Fab, yes, I agree. That is low. Like I said, Orlando, when Irene came through, we had no power for 10 days, and that was Orlando. So, yeah. Well, this storm, if it does hit, like they were saying, it's going to hit, and if it does come in as a category 4, there's going to be a lot of stuff tore up, all right? Because my experience with just like what happened in Panama City, Mexico Beach, my family's out there. Well, I have some family out there. My uncle was out of power for a month and a half, and when they started bringing in power, it was intermittent. There was no grocery stores. Now there was a lot of people bringing in food to help out. One, I want to go and do a shout out. Two, because I'm still subscribed to the man. Um, was Bear Independent. He pulled up a team with a bunch of other people, donated food, and went out there and helped out a lot of people there at Panama City Beach, Panama City, providing food, helping with tarps, everything. The man didn't have to do that, and he helped out a great deal of people. So fortunately, there are teams out there that will try to help. You can't rely on FEMA. FEMA does try to do some things, but we've already seen the history of FEMA. It just doesn't work. All right, May, I'm going for 50 pounds of rice, beans, and rice. We currently have, mm, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I know it's a couple 100 pounds of both. And we have different types of beans too. We have kidneys, we have pintos, we have lentils, we have split pea. I think that's it on our beans, as far as our dried beans. I would prep for 3 weeks minimum. Carolyn, yeah, that's definitely a good start, especially for a hurricane prep. Yeah, I would say 3 weeks is a good start. Um, I think people, well, because I'm a prepper, I think everybody should have more, but that is a good start. 7 days, I don't believe is enough. I think they're gonna run out in a week. Actually, they're gonna wind up running out sooner than that because they'll think that there's 7 days. Because if that's all they're prepping for, they're not really preppers, so they don't know how to organize their food, split it up correctly, store it. So yeah, we'll see those 7 days end a lot faster than 7 days. So especially with water, people think, and it is true that your body needs a gallon of water a day, all right, to survive in optimal conditions. All right, for us here in Florida and other places, Arizona, Texas, other hot spots, we know that you sweat nonstop. If your power gets knocked out and it's 95, 98 degrees outside, your house is turned into a hot box. All right. You're drinking a lot more water. 1 gallon is not going to sustain you because you are sweating so much. So a lot of people's also going to make that mistake. They're just going to get 7 gallons of water and they go, okay, I'm good. I got enough water for a week. But they're not figuring in cooking, cleaning, toilets. They're not figuring in any of that. And unfortunately, a lot of people are going to get affected with that mistake. See what else we got here. Water, saws, and contractor trash bags for after storm cleanup, fans, radios, batteries. Brisbane Knot, absolutely. And you know what, Brisbane Knot, I do appreciate you stepping in, taking the time out of your day today. Um, Brisbane is another subscriber that I personally speak to quite regularly by email and chat and phone. I do that with a lot of our subscribers here. I believe in building community, having assets. You know, preppers, we like to stand offish a little bit. A nice way I could put it from other people, but being able to find like-minded people and come together, because let's face it, we're kind of the outcasts. All right, people look at us like, but now when things go bad, they want to come knock on your door. Having community with other people that know the need for these things is a great asset, and you don't feel out of place anymore, if that makes any sense. Have I felt out of place in my life? Yeah, you know. Um, am I all upset about it? No, I mean, I am kind of a loner by nature, but having people you can talk about these things, especially important things like this, it makes it easier. All right, what else we got? 7 days, yeah, right. Better have as much as possible look at what happened in PR with Hurricane Maria. Yes, Myra, hopefully I'm pronouncing your first name correctly. You are correct. Yeah, Puerto Rico, and it did not nail them with massive damage. I am so glad it was just a tropical storm when it went through. So I was really worried that they're going to get hit again. And I'm like, dude, I would not live there just because of these storms. I mean, they've just been pounded by this stuff. All right. You were homeless. You were a homeless train rider. Was homeless many years. Yeah, I guess you could say I was homeless. I was on the run for 6 years. I broke the law. And I went to Mexico. I won't get into the whole past on that part, but I got found by Mexican police, got beat up and robbed, dumped back on the border, and the border police let me go. They said my warrants were too low. The state wasn't going to come get me, the state of Florida. So I was thinking about turning myself in, and I ran across some train riders, and they were talking about hopping trains, freight trains. And I did that. I did that for a year and a half. And yeah, it wasn't my brightest moment in life. Was I putting some serious survival skills into play? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, did I do some shady stuff out there? Yeah, I was not a very good guy at the time. I did whatever I needed to do to survive. Um, yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on to something else here. Did do that also with the. Oh, there goes my chat again. Sorry, guys. It's when I go to scroll down with the thing, it winded up scrolling too far. So I apologize. I was having to scroll back up and try to find out where I was just at. Okay, here we go. It also with the bullions, it was the cheapest way for me to go along, kind of alone in the prepping. Oh, I did do that also with the billions. It was the cheapest way for me to go along, kind of alone in the prepping in my house. Yeah, Florida Patriot. I have met many people that they're the only prepper in the household. It can be tough. Luckily, my wife was very understanding when I explained things to her. She was very liberal. Well, she called herself Democrat, but her views were very liberal. And when we first met, but like me, she kept an open mind, listened to both sides. We had long discussions and things, and she came away my way of thinking when I started showing her actual documentation, what's really going on in the world compared to what she was seeing on the MSM. And yeah, she came around real quick. Drone Dodger, what's going on? Oh, that's all right. Started late to the game. Yeah, you're gonna have to go sit on the bench. If Flash was here, he'd be sitting right next to you. No, you're okay, Drone Dodger. How's it going? All right, what else we got here? All right, got a gnat or something flying in front of my face. If you find grain that a bug was in and I was starving, wash and bowl. Do eat onions and beets out of the dirt. Yeah, if you're hungry, you know what? A bug's in it. All right, that's extra protein. Uh, Boone just went completely snowflake. Oh wow, are you talking about Boone, North Carolina? That sucks. All right, what else we got here, guys? Midwest Prepper got a bail. I'm leaving work early to prep for this hurricane. All right, Midwest. Yeah, make sure you got a couple good cold ones there, buddy. I definitely talk to you later, man. You take care. Oh, and guys, thank y'all for going over there and subscribing to Midwest Prepper, West Virginia Prepared Mind, and Anthony Electric. Really do appreciate that, guys. That's showing support for these other channels, and it means a lot. It really does. All right, let's see what else we got here. I'm trying to catch up in the chat here, make sure I'm catching all the questions. Sternos, if you can find them anywhere. Party City sells them as well, as most people don't know. In catering section, yes, Walmart, a lot of places carry sternos. I did a video on boiling water with sterno a good while back. We carry sterno here. Definitely another fuel source, way to cook. All right, let's see what else we got here. Do you have a ham radio, and can you use them without a license? Florida Patriot 71. No, we do not have a ham radio. We have, how about said how many? We have access to ham radios in our preparedness group here at the house. They are not set up because where we are, we cannot run, we can't build any towers. Anything over 12 inches, we have to get building permits where we're at. It's just ridiculous, the rules they gave us here. Can you use them without license? To my knowledge, you cannot use a ham radio without being licensed. The licenses are not expensive from my knowledge. The training on it, it's real cheap. There's a lot of places that offer how to use it and offer the license and things. But yeah, you don't want to be using a ham radio right now in today's society without a license. Now, when shtf happens, well, use your discretion on that one. Again, I'm not telling anybody to perform any illegal acts. But we have shortwave radios, we have shortwave radio communications, and we have CBs is what we have here in-house here at my house. But yeah, we do have access to ham when it comes down necessary. But again, to my knowledge, you have to be licensed to operate. You can get in trouble. Sherry, oh, it just jumped again. Hold on, guys. Oh man, come on. I want to get back to that because she's got a good point. All right, Sherry. Ham radios, you can only listen unless a spouse or friend with license is nearby or gives you permission. Sherry, that's great information. Thank you for clarifying that. I can tell you are a good man who listens and came out better. Sherry, if that was directed to me, I do appreciate that. We're going to take ham classes. And SHTF, will it matter? Is you don't have. Again, Florida Patriot, I am not telling anybody to commit any crimes. In complete SHTF, there is no government that's going to be there to enforce certain rules and regulations. So again, use at your discretion. Hopefully you can read into what I'm saying. There are apps for studying for your tests. It was till my husband passed away. He had a 30-year into KF. All right, perfect, great information. Thank you, Sherry. And as always, I love hearing comments from you. Um, Ice with large Ziploc bags that hold in the freezer. Yes, that is definitely a good idea. Carolyn, you're doing great for your live, like the common sensibility here, and hope you remain such. Much love to you and the Fugels doing a detox bath for hubby. I do appreciate it, Carolyn. I really do. Bruce Bernardi, you know CFP, you live and learn. It's who you are now that matters. You have taken your experience from your younger days to do good now. We appreciate you and your hard work. Bruce Bernard, I do appreciate it. Yeah, I learned from my mistakes and I learned not to do certain things ever again. Um, I've also learned from my experience on what works in the woods and what doesn't in a survival situation. It's one thing to read something from a book. It's another thing to use as practicality and actually having to use it. Um, I mean, that sounds like I toot my own horn here. That's not what I meant. Um, it put me through a test, that's for sure. And I'm still alive today, so you know what? It worked out very good. I don't think she is liberal, but knows a good man who is honest and care about humanity. Sherry, definitely appreciate that. Yeah, she is. She's definitely come around to the conservative way of life as far as constitutionalists. Um, she she says she got awoke to many things that were going on now, and that goes. I'm not going to get into the politics of things. That goes on both sides, right and left. I mean, we see it. We know politicians. They're crooked. Okay. We see attacks on our Constitution all the time. So being able to show her what was going on opened her eyes. Prescott Caliber Club, my dude, what's up, buddy? I'm going to be listening to you in the background. All right, bud. I'm definitely glad you stepped in. Hey, I just saw your video earlier today, your new video. Yeah, appreciate that information. I was joking around a little bit on your comment section there, but yeah, I do respect your information that you provide for everybody. You know me, I got to gouge at everybody. I'm just about as bad as Flash, and I like Flash. I love how this family pulls together to push everyone up. So incredible. Yeah, Florida Patriot 71. Yeah, I believe we all should do that. We also need to be able to receive constructive criticism from other people, not to go off the handle if someone disagrees with one another. Yeah, because we're not going to always agree with everything everybody says. Being able to research on your own is always plus. I mean, just because I say something doesn't mean I am always right. I try not to misrepresent information I get, but sometimes I get a story wrong, and I will try my best to fix it as soon as I find out otherwise. But yeah, we definitely have a great family here. Most of these channels here that we are working with and stuff, guys, are great channels. They're really good family members. They try to help out people. There's no hidden agenda. I mean, yeah, I have an affiliate thing with Amazon now. I've got another one with another company that, I make a little bit of money when someone buys a product that I've showed. I get a percentage off of it. Okay, well, I'm not forcing anybody or telling me anybody you have to go buy this. If I make a couple bucks off of it, okay, well, good for me. And I was just showing you the information and showing you what we're using here, and I think it might be something you're interested in. That's it. The only thing I ever tell anybody to do here is prep. Get some food and water. Start prepping. That's it. You know how much money I made off that? Oh, nothing. Well, now I got the monetization now. I made like 13 bucks off of since I got monetized. So that was pretty cool. You know, just a little bit here, a little bit there. I mean, it does help because as far as adding to this channel and buying extra things, that stuff's not cheap when you start buying your cameras and all that stuff. So it does help when you get monetized to help offset that cost and invest more into the channel. But yeah, there's no hidden agendas. I'm just trying to help out other people. What else we got here, guys? My experience have led me to know a lot. My native grandma, bring your washer, canny, neighbors, working together. Exactly, Sherry. Won't be writing in the chat, starting to cook. Lunch for kids are coming home soon. Okay, Myra. So, foldable stoves. Walmart sells foldable stoves with heat sources here. AK Fab, are you talking about the solid fuel ones or the Ozark Trail camp stoves? Either one works very well. We do have a couple of the foldable stoves as far as the solid fuels. Those are for our bug outs. Then we have the actual Ozark Trail. We got two of those camp stoves, dual burners. They have Sterno at the Dollar Tree, JT. That is very good to know because last time I priced the Sterno for those fire starting kits that I am putting together, they run me, I think it was $3 or something a can. So yeah, that's good to know for sure. Prescott Caliber Club. Pretty soon you won't be able to buy them without a license. They're banning the sales in a month from what I've read. Yes, Prescott Caliber Club. Yeah, he sent me a link a while back talking about them trying to ban the sales of the Bofang for people to have an access to that as far as civilians. So yeah, that was definitely an interesting read. I do remember you sending me that. I meant to do a story on that. I completely forgot to do it. It's kind of funny how they want to silence communication. Get everybody on the internet so they can regulate it. All right, let's get back on the chat here. Water Bob is a good product too. Plastic system for your bathtub. I have seen those. It's basically, to put it in country term, it's a water bed that goes inside your bathtub and you fill it up with water. It actually works very well. The plastic and it keeps debris and stuff from falling down in it. Yeah, it's a good product. We don't have one. We have a lot of 5-gallon buckets that we store a lot of water in, and yeah, it makes it easier for us so we can move 5 gallons at a time. The reason why we went with 5-gallon bucket, guys, is for a long-term thing. When I have to go and try to collect water, it's easier for me to carry 5-gallon buckets in our pull-behind trailer compared to trying to fill up one of those at a water source and then try to fight it into the bathtub. But yeah, that is still a good product. I'm glad you brought that up. Someone else was talking about that earlier too. Blue aqua containers from Walmart. I think you're talking about the blue containers are like I think they're 6-gallon. When I last, it was the one I'm thinking of. They're in the camping section. They're like $16 a piece. I mean, they're nice, but I found out I can go buy a 5-gallon bucket for less than $3 and a lid, you know, the whole system for $5, and I can store my water and stuff in that. But I'm always trying to do things on a budget. So yeah, it is a good product. We don't have any of those. Prescott Caliber Club. Thank you. I'm not all the way hillbilly. I'm kind of smart. Yes, yes, you are. Actually, guys, Prescott Caliber Club is a good friend. If you have not been to his channel yet, I've done a couple shout outs for him. Definitely go check him out. JT, what you learn on the run may save your life now. You're a good man. I do appreciate all you do. This is a great channel. I appreciate that, JT. I just learned really quick not to make that mistake anymore. Now, I'm a family man, married, I got kids. These were all things prior to me having children and stuff. It is my past. I do talk about my past. That way it's out there. That way no one can try to hold it over my head. You know, some people still try to, but you know what? It's all right. I learned to accept what I did. I did something wrong, and I had to pay the consequences. And you know what? It's just one of those things. Florida Patriot. There's nothing wrong with anybody making money from a sale. Things you buy anyway. Yeah, and that's what I want. That's what I really want to try to do is just to cover the products and stuff that I see that I'd be interested in buying, or something I already buy, and that way I can show it. But I don't want. I'm not trying to force it. Oh, you have to have this, or you're not going to live. No, I don't want to do that. All right. No, screw that. Well, my chat just jumped again. Let's see here. All right. I got to scroll back up, guys. I jumped the chat there. Okay, I didn't jump too far. All right, store lighters and matches. Oh my God, people forget a lot. Yeah, and they do. Please correct me if I am mispronouncing your name. It's Adalia. Hopefully I'm doing that correct. It says store lighters and matches. Oh my God, people forget a lot. Yeah, it's easy to forget a lot. It's easy to get overwhelmed. I mean, we go in with our checklist. We make it before we go shopping anywhere. Yeah, lighters, matches, definitely. The ones with the solid fuel tabs and foldable metal stoves, AK Fab. Yeah, okay, I know exactly which one you're talking about. Yeah, we have 2 now in our bug out bags. So yeah, those are good. Prescott Caliber Club. Okay. Sometimes as a retailer, we can catch a lot of flack for prepper and 2A community because we sell things. Yeah, and you know what? All you're doing is providing a service that we all use. I mean, some people just get uptight. I think a lot of it is Prescott Caliber Club when people start attacking, you know, guys like you and stuff. When you have a store, jealousy of your success. I mean, me personally, that's what I think it is. I mean, I see nothing wrong with it as long as you're being, you know, as we that put out content and products and stuff like that, we're just showing everybody what we have available, what we use it for, things like that. We're not trying to, you know, go out and rob somebody with the stuff. I mean, you're just providing a service. Bob Bradley, hey buddy, what's going on? I just got back from Walmart, looked at the line, turned around and walked out. Got my generator all prep run, so in good shape. All right, Bob. Yeah, definitely glad that you stopped in today for sure. Yeah, again, we are making a run tonight. We're not buying anything. It's just so I can get some footage, just to have it and show everybody how stupid it is out there. Okay, what else we got here? As a woman, I absolutely want my water in size, storage, in containers. I cannot move around alone. Oh, I can move around alone, refill alone, and not have to rely on others to carry. A KFAB, yes, exactly. And that goes with anybody. Let's say we have a complete SHTF situation, and you're having to travel. Let's say cars don't work. All right. Let's say you don't have a bike with a trailer. We have 2 of those. They're the collapsible ones. They're not cheap, by the way, guys. Those things are over $100. But let's say you don't have that. You are on foot trying to collect water. All right, so if you're just going with a 2 liter, you can only carry so much in your arms. All right, and you're having to travel, let's say 20-minute walk time to a location, and that's pretty close. You're going to wear out having to keep going back and forth, and it's going to wear you out. That's why we do the 5 gallon buckets. It just makes it easier because we have a lid for them and stuff, so it doesn't get turned over. It just makes it easier for us to collect water and transport it that way. But yeah, good point. Let's see here. Remember the water filling machines? They got rid of them here, but there is springs here too. Sherry, yeah, there is. Last time I saw the water filling machine around here, besides the one they had in the Walmart, was Oka, Florida. It's right there outside of Leesburg. And when I was camping out in Leesburg, it was easier for me to collect water and everything there. So I had water on the campsite because I talked about my buddy has that pond that is on his property. But the ground is so saturated, I'm knee deep in mud and I'm still 30 yards from the pond. So yeah, it wasn't a very safe situation, especially if there was a gator or something in there. You know, you're knee deep in muck, getting deeper, just trying to get to the water source. You're kind of stuck there if you run into trouble. So yeah. Charge solar garden sticks lights beforehand and use indoors and closed in porches. Yeah, that's a good idea. Jamie Cook, hi, oh, dang it. My screen just jumped. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me get back to that comment. Jamie Cook, hi, I'm new here. Is this channel to help people prepare for situations when without power and stuff, or is there more to it? I'll read that again. Is this channel to help people prepare for situations when without power and stuff, or is there more to it? Well, yeah, there's more to it. Prepping is more than just preparing for power. I mean, it's a prepping channel. It's set up to teach people how to survive, store food, things like that. Hopefully that helps with that question. We have a water bob. It has a tube to run water into a bucket. After the storm, we use the water in the washer. Okay. Yeah, like I said, we don't have one, so I didn't know that it had that attachment on. That's pretty cool. There used to be, it may know if springs free water. All right, let's see what else we got here. Spent 10 years living on the streets in the woods and stuff in my past, and I never judge others on their past. AK Fab, I do appreciate it. Thank you. Once you came to terms with your past, no one can really hold it over your head. My past was not pretty, but I accept who I am. Exactly. Water brick, 3.5 gallons. I have seen those water bricks, Lynn Morgan. I have seen those water bricks. I like how they are stackable and how easily they slide underneath a raised bed. So yeah, those are nice. Common Man, hey, how's it going? Lynn Morgan, new here today. Well, we are definitely glad you are here today. Thank you. What else we got? You have to go. Tablet battery almost dead. Have a good one. All right, JT, thank you so much for coming in and helping us with moderation and everything. I do appreciate it and always love it when you show up. Drone Dodger. Good thing you're not pushing sideburns as a prep necessity. Right now, many gas stations out of gas, but more coming. I don't know which one's more important, my sideburns or the fuel shortage. Thank you for that information, though. That's pretty great. Need foldable wagons, Lynn Morgan. Yeah, we have two that we can attach to our bicycles if need be, if something happens to the vehicle. Um, Unfortunately, our bikes, they are not very transportable in our vehicle. We have a small vehicle, so trying to ride around with our gear plus the bikes and everything, it makes it difficult. But yeah, they do come in handy for sure. Sounds like a wheel cart would be good. Sherry, yes, that would definitely. A little more for hauling water. Yeah, we still have water fill machines here in MN in stores, especially Vietnamese shops always have these still. All right, good to know. Preppers prepare for any emergency. Correct. Correct, Sherry. Yeah, we don't just prepare just for SHTF on grand scale. We try to prepare for everything from natural disasters, home disasters, just like the house fire I had. I mean, it wiped out a lot of our stuff. So yeah, it's we try to prepare for as much as possible. That way, when things happen, we're not there left holding an empty pot, going, "What do I do now?" We also know a little more about what's going on to the Earth, other than just global warming. It's not global warming, climate change from an Earth cycle, and there are man-made problems. Too many. Yes, I completely agree with you, Sherry. All right, guys, I am caught up there. We are pushing 2 hours and 42 minutes. Now, I do need to go ahead and get off here, guys. I do appreciate every single one of you for coming on the live stream today, spending time here with the community. I have a lot of work I got to get to. I got to help my guys here with some of their projects. So I do have some responsibilities I got to take care of here at the house and prepare for this storm. So again, guys, I will be putting up a comment community tab before the storm comes through, because I know we will lose power as far as lose internet. You know, we have solar and stuff to run power, but we will lose internet. And that way, when I can communicate with some of my other friends that are here on the site, they can post on that tab and let everybody know that, hey, Central Florida, he's alive, they're good. That way no one has to worry about anything. So I'll make sure that happens. Again, tomorrow at 8 Central, I will be over at Will Patriot's live stream. It'll be myself, Magic Prepper, and Prescott Caliber Club, and Will Patriot. So make sure you guys go over there tomorrow night, because we won't be having our live stream tomorrow night there here. It'll be over there. Will Patriot will be hosting that. So I would definitely appreciate if y'all go over there and be part of that live stream. All right, guys. So, Will Patriot, that's who sent me. All right, AK Fab, awesome. All right, guys. So for everybody here in Florida with the storm, y'all be safe. If you are living in a situation right now, especially on the East Coast, and you do not feel like you're safe, your home or location is safe, leave the area now while you still have time. That's my recommendation. Go on vacation, contact family, somewhere, get out of this thing's path. And I just had a bunny rabbit come. Come here. Come here. Oh, it took off now. Don't you touch me. Oh, that's the black one, little Rico. I left the door open and they decided to come out and play. So yeah, guys, y'all be safe, and I'll try to keep in contact when I can. So I hope y'all all have a great day, and I'm going to go out here in this stagnant heat and try to lend a helping hand with what I can do anyway. Y'all take care, and I'll speak to y'all later.